Ooh. Hey guys, 16 weeks out. Thought I'd take you through a little bit of an update. Obviously, have been a little bit quiet. Last one was probably 21 weeks out or something like that. Had a little bit going on with RMH coaching, some exciting things to come, but took a little bit of time. But I'm back. So we're going to have a little chat while I do my arms and shoulder session. Well, actually, it's more triceps and shoulders. Actually, no biceps in today's workout. But while I do that, I might just walk you through what we got going on and what's actually happening, how I'm shaping up. As I said, I'm 16 weeks out. Sort of like, am I happy with where we're at? A few different things that are going on at the minute. So yeah, hopefully you guys stick around and take you through. So first up, I'll check my physique up here. Very happy with the look that I'm displaying at the moment. So really happy with the progress that we've made so far. I think I'm in a good spot. Definitely a lot better than last time, which I'm really, really happy with. I can already see for similar body weights and where we're at sort of this time last prep, the improvements that have already been made. So for me, it's already a win that I've actually made improvements. So I'm very, very happy with that. But there's obviously still a long way to go. We're still 16 weeks out and just getting more and more excited of what we can actually bring to stage. And then sort of like the final form, which is a nice little comparison. Although these things are judged by judges, essentially, like against your peers that you're competing with. At the same time, it's more of an internal battle for me. Like, I just want to improve on what I did last time, as that's how I see bodybuilding. I see it as a way to make constant improvements. It's like anything in life. I feel like if I'm improving at something, I feel like I'm happier. I feel like I'm moving forward. If I feel like I'm improving, moving forward, have momentum, just brings me a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment, I think, as well. So even if like not getting the result I want, whether it be with my coaching business or even if I don't win or whatever the case may be, or get my pro card or whatever my goals are for this show, even if I don't get those things, as long as there's progression, as long as there's momentum, I feel fulfilled, I feel happy. So that's sort of first and foremost. I know it's a little bit cliche, but honestly, that's kind of what drives me, is the progression. It's when I'm not progressing and when things aren't moving forward, then that's when life gets a bit tough. So I feel like that is the best thing, and that is the thing that I love about bodybuilding, is that it's just a constant progression. It's very, very long-term mindset. So really keen to see what we can bring to stage in 16 weeks. So I've got 3 of these sets. Dumbbell skull crushers. Really love this exercise. The freedom that you get through the wrists, I just like a lot better than the easy bars. Sorry if the slight grunting just blew your eardrums then. Yeah, get a bit of grunting from time to time. As you can see, taking all these sets to failure. It is not even my last week. It's only a half week actually this week of training, and then I've got a half week deload. So we're 8 weeks, maybe even 9 weeks into a mesocycle. Training's been really, really good. very happy, like had some really good progressions actually, a couple of lifetime PRs, which I'm super happy about considering how lean I am and being in prep. So training has been really good, but in saying that, last couple of weeks slowed down a little bit, had to really grind just to get progression. Like even with that, that is match performance for last week. And yeah, as you can see, it is a grind. So we have decided, my coach Steve and I have decided to take a half-week deload, bit of a refeed as well. Happy with where we're at body composition wise, how lean we are. So happy to take a little bit of a refeed as well. So just refreshing up, that's going to buy us some more productive training in the weeks to come. So if we just kept pushing, we'd eventually just sort of dig ourselves into a hole that's going to take longer to get out of. So it's probably just smarter for us just to hit the eject button now on the mesocycle, freshen up, which will buy us another hopefully 6, 7, 8 maybe weeks of training, which will put us in a really good spot, getting closer to show, with a little bit of time up our sleeve if we need to incorporate refeeds, or even if we need to do another refresh deload before the show. So that is the reason why you'll see all of my sets, and even during normal training, is all being taken to failure. I don't have to worry about fatigue. And you'll see with this last set that I'm going to do a little it's like a pullover type thing, just a way to extend the set to sort of push beyond failure. As I said, I don't need to worry about fatigue, so may as well get as much stimulus as I can in these sessions, and then take obviously that half week off and freshen up. So yeah, very much looking forward to having a little bit of time to have some more food, chill from training a little bit, spend some time with my partner. We have our 4-year anniversary on this Friday, so we get to go out for dinner with some higher calories, so I can actually eat some of the stuff that's on the menu, which is really nice. And yeah, so you're looking forward to that, spending a bit of time with my partner and unwinding and refreshing. Oh. It's a nice little finish of that, as you can see. I don't know what I get, 5, 6 extra little eccentric reps. You're always going to be stronger on the downward phase when you're on the upward phase. So we're using that little pull over to press technique. Just helps me get a few more extra reps. Yeah, which is obviously good for stimulus. So along with the little bit of fatigue that has been accumulating over this 8-week or 9-week mesocycle, has been a little bit of an increase in diet fatigue as well. So I've noticed I'm a little bit more food focused. Noticed that I'm getting hungrier a lot more, like sort of even after eating sometimes I'm sort of getting hungry like within half an hour sort of thing. So yeah, satiety signals are quite low at the minute. So this would be another reason why the diet break is going to be really nice, just to have a little bit of time where I'm not so food focused. As I said, I can eat a little bit more calories, enjoy some foods that I haven't had in a while, even though I wouldn't recommend going completely crazy on it. I'm definitely not going to be going crazy. I'm still going to be having the meals that I regularly have, just more of it, to make sure that I am getting some satiety signals back. I feel like some people, when they go into a diet break, and this is something that I would stress not to do, especially if you're going into prep, and even if you're in a long dieting phase, is not to, when you have a little bit extra calories, just think, oh, I'm going to go eat the foods that I can't eat, or more hyperpalatable foods than what you usually would eat, because it doesn't really fix that diet fatigue situation. If anything, it's going to make it worse for when you get back into the diet. You've had all these hyperpalatable foods. Obviously, you're going to be quite sensitive to how tasty they are, especially if you've been quite bland. So by switching back to that for a few days, and then also you're not going to be really getting the satiety signals from it because they're not very satiating, and then you try and switch back to your regular diet, it's actually going to make it a little bit harder. So that's something that I would stress to people if they're in a long-term dieting phase or if they're in prep, is to eat the foods that you're eating now, but just eat more of it. So that way you're going to get the satiety signals from the more fillingness in the gut. So you're going to have more food volume in the gut, as opposed to if you had 1,000 calories to eat, as opposed to eating your veg and what you would usually eat if you go out and have McDonald's or whatever the case may be. Although it might feel good at the time, you're not going to get the satiety signals that you would get if you're eating your regular food, but just eating more of it. And also, it's going to make it a little bit harder to get back into the swing of things. And I've seen this time and time again with clients who have been given a bit of a dieting phase and go that other route where they are eating more hyperpalatable foods and found it hard to get back into the diet afterwards. So that's something that I would stress to a lot of people, that if you do, or if you are going into a bit of a diet break, not to go too crazy with it. For myself, I have Friday, which is going to be our anniversary dinner. So even though I'm going out, it's still going to be like steak, veg, all the usual things. Won't be getting fries and stuff like that. So still having the usual things, but obviously it's going to be a lot more tasty because we're eating out. No doubt there's going to be a lot more oil and stuff like that. I'm very aware. And we'll probably do something like a yum cha or something like that. But it definitely won't be, as I said, out for every meal, or even when we're at home eating more hyperpalatable stuff. It'll still be the regular meals that I'm eating. Might, as I said, take a couple occasions that I can enjoy with my partner, as those occasions are going to be reduced more and more the closer we get to stage. So I'm taking those opportunities, obviously being 16 weeks out, but also being mindful that I do want to reduce some of this diet fatigue. And the best way to do that is by eating the foods that I would regularly eat, just higher quantities. So I'm getting a little bit of that satiety signal. So hopefully that made sense for you guys, that, yeah, you don't want to just be going straight back into pancakes and all of those things that we aren't usually eating in our diet, just because we have some high calories available. Next up, we've got a little seated lateral raise. I like this slight lean back to put a little bit more stretch on the delt. It actually feels quite nice. Oh. Oh, the burn, the deep burn. yeah, really like that one. As you see, get a little bit more stretch and pushing tension a little bit more in the lengthened position, as opposed to here where tension wouldn't really start to come on until we're about here, whereas in the lengthened position it comes on a little bit earlier, which is nice. Yeah, it just, to be honest, it feels really good in the shoulders. Probably hitting maybe a little bit of front delt with it potentially as well, which is fine. I have 3 lever raise days. The other one's a single arm crossbody, and then also the other day is a cable wire raise. So that's probably heading towards that posterior portion as well. So I feel like I'm getting a nice little mix of everything, whereas this one, yeah, probably a little bit of the front side for when we're doing the crossbody, and then maybe a little bit of posterior for the cable wire raise. That's the theory anyway. But it feels nice, and it's one of those ones you can just kind of lock in. There's not really much body English. You can't throw your body in it, which I like. So make sure that the progression that we are seeing, or lack of progression that we are seeing, is from purely what's happening to the delts, whether we're maintaining muscle or not, which is nice, and especially in prep. I feel like training is almost more of a guide of like how you're actually tracking body composition wise. If you're maintaining or slight improvements here and there, I feel like it's a pretty good indication that you're doing the right things by trying to right things to maintain muscle mass, as opposed to if your performance is dropping off week after week, then you probably have to look at something, because realistically you're probably losing muscle mass along the way, or a lot more muscle mass than you need to be along the way. So using training as a bit of a guide for that is a pretty good idea, and that's kind of what all training is when you're in prep. Is just like, am I going to progress? Am I holding on to muscle? But still enjoy it nonetheless. Love the process of it. So yeah, it's good. Things are starting to get a little bit nutty. It's funny when you start to get to this level of prep, you start to get the weird looks, which obviously is cool in some way, because obviously you kind of want that, because you should be looking freaky looking with next to no body fat on you. So that's nice to know that we're heading in the right direction. But yeah, it's funny at times is all. Just think pinky slightly up when doing these. You don't want to go too much, just thumb straight up. Think pinky slightly up. We're not fully pouring out the jug, but we're bringing those pinkies up as we come on. Oh, it's nothing quite like a delt burn, is there? It's just deep inside the shoulder. Nice. So there's nothing really changed in the way of calories or anything like that since it started. I think we had a 100 calorie drop maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, just to get the rate of loss up a little bit. Currently losing at about a 0.4, 0.5 kilograms. So what's that, 400, 500 grams of hopefully fat per week. So that's sort of the rate of loss that we're looking at the moment, and it's probably something we'll look to maintain for a little while longer, and then really slow that down as we head into the last few weeks, or probably even the last sort of 8 weeks of prep. I reckon when we're getting really lean, you really want to slow that rate of loss down. So yeah, I'd imagine calories will stay the same for this foreseeable future. Steps are still around 11,000 per day. Still doing my 2 refeed days, so they're 3-2. Yep, 2 days at 3,200, and then 5 days at 2.4 to 2.5. Oh, fuck. But it's nice. So this is the last exercise I'll do for this session. Now this isn't obviously my full day. In the morning I do my pull, which is a bit more of a mid-back focus. So I got a bent over row, 2 sets, incline dumbbell row, 3 sets, and then I have 3 sets of a single arm lat pull down with a cable. So yeah, that's what I do in the AM, and then I do this PM session. I'm in the gym all day today, so that's why I split it up, as I'm here anyway. Plus I have a little bit of time between some face-to-face that I have from 10:30 to 12. So that gives me enough time to get the back portion of it done just, and then I'll do this sort of after that. So works out nicely. To be honest, I don't mind breaking it up. It's actually quite nice. I get a little bit of a protein shake and some fruit in after that session, and then I'll go into this session and I'll have the big feed after. So it's good. It feels like instead of being an ultra long session, it kind of breaks it up a little bit, which is nice. So yeah, last one I've got is overhead extension. Trying to really hit that long head, and this is one that I've been doing a lot more of that higher reps in, just to feel nice at the elbow, and it's been working really well. So I'm going to finish this other side off. I'll let you guys go. Or there's 2 more sets. I'll hit this side and then 2 more sets on each side. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of this content, guys. I'm thinking about doing it for all of my sessions. Give you guys a little bit of an inside look at what training's like. Plus, I get to talk to you guys about how prep's going as well. So kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. You get a bit of inside look at training. Plus, I get to keep you guys up to date with what's happening during prep. So definitely looking to be a lot more active. I said that I've been doing it every week and I haven't been, but from here on out, I don't see any reason why not. As I said, a few things with RMH coaching, which are very exciting, and I can't wait to announce to you guys, which we've got set up. But yeah, I will for the remainder of prep try and get one of these out every week. So chuck a comment in the comment section below of what you'd like to see me training: legs, push, back, whatever. Yeah, till next time, talk to you soon.